Hi, everybody. Today's video, we will be focusing on constitutional law with a focus on topics we see students struggling with. As always, Jonathan Grossman is here, AdaptiBar video lecturer and MBE expert.
All right, Jacob, it's great to be with you guys today to talk about con law. It's actually one of my favorite subjects to talk about because I think it's the most misunderstood. If you got to this stage in your legal career and you still don't know who Marbury or Madison were or are, who cares? All you have to know are the basic rules, have a good approach for con law, and actually could be one of your best subjects.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. I'll let you kick it off.
So, con law. Con law is one of those subjects where, contrary to public opinion, you get the least amount of help from the so-called call of the question. Con law is really about issue spotting. The hypos are longer, as many of you know. They're more dense. And what does that make most of you do? Makes you do the one finger skimming through the hypo to get down to the answer choices. And now you literally don't know what you're looking for. The beauty of con law is that once you can just know what each of these different concepts are about, some of them don't even have a real rule. You just have to be able in your own head to know what's a Commerce Clause question look like. Once you know what the whole fact pattern is about, the correct answer is even easier than a lot of the other subjects. How many times have you done a con law question where you looked at the answer choices? Because the question just says, is the statute constitutional? John Sue's saying this violates his constitutional rights. Will he prevail? The question's not telling you anything. But when you look at the answer choices, it says Commerce Clause, equal protection, due process, privileges, and immunities. 4 totally different concepts. Now, some of you think that's why it's tricky, John, because how do I know which one of the 4? That proves to me you didn't pay attention to the hypo, because they would have described what's going on in that hypo very easily if you know what it looks like and you know the basic definition. Either you didn't, or you're confusing too much law, or you're reading too quick. Even if you spent 1.7 of your 1.8 minutes in the facts, you would know whether it's equal protection or commerce, which would mean you could find the answer choice in 2 seconds. Spend most of the time up there rather than down there going eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The bar tells you that half of all the con law questions are from one main topic, individual rights. Individual rights encompasses equal protection, due process, speech, religion, and a couple of small little rules. So if most students cannot tell the difference legally between equal protection and due process, they can't distinguish the 2 types of due processes, substantive versus procedural. They get stuck on establishment clause versus the free exercise clause, content-based, content-neutral. These are very, very different concepts and rules, but everyone's got that 3-page single-spaced outline. Everyone's reading about slaughterhouse cases. I don't know what they are either, but who cares? Because they don't apply when you're reading 27 con law questions. What does? Know the basic definitions of each concept. Keep them separate. Know that the whole hypo is only talking about one of these concepts, so you know what you're looking for. Are you still confusing equal protection with privileges and immunities? The Commerce Clause versus the Dormant Commerce Clause. These are just terms, but every one of these terms has its own rule. Go back to basics and focus on, Commerce Clause, that's when Congress is doing it. The Dormant Commerce Clause, that's the state. Okay, let me see the difference with these 2. Equal protection, different people are being treated differently. Privileges and immunities, residents of a state are being treated. Got it. You got to look for the sentence, the mini sentence, the 2 sentences that legally will be able to help you distinguish. We were all trained to compare everything, and on MBE, you want to keep all the law separate, distinguish one from the other. So you're not looking at it like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So when you're looking at 2 answers, commerce, due process, and I know every law professor in America, God bless them, always told you that due process is the strongest argument, and Congress can do anything under the Commerce Clause. That's why you're always looking at those 2 answers. You're looking at the answers and you're not focusing on what is the fact pattern actually talking about. If you can distinguish each concept, don't rely on the call per se. Don't skip it, but don't rely on it, since most of the time it doesn't tell you anything. How will you know if it's a Commerce Clause or Equal Protection Clause? The facts will tell you. Dumb down the facts. Is this about companies and buying and selling and manufacturing stuff? Or is it about people that are being treated differently? If they pass a law that treats Jet fans differently than everybody else, yes, all those who know me are shocked that I'm actually a Jet fan. That's my hero, Joe Namath, behind me. If Jet fans are being treated differently, people are being treated different. That's equal protection. You have to gain the confidence to talk yourself into the correct answer. And that's from issue spotting up here, which makes the 3 wrong answers even more wrong and even more stupid. Keep your concepts separate. Be able to recite what's the legal difference between the two. Don't compare, separate. Don't rely on the call of the question. Focus on the facts. Is this equal protection? Is it commerce? Is it privileges and immunities? So I know what I'm looking for, which would make the correct answer even more obvious, which would allow you to shut up and pick it, because there will only be one correct answer that matches what the facts are talking about. And that is the key to con law. Know the legal or factual definition of each of these concepts. Trust and build confidence in your reading comp. Don't slip through the hypo to look at the answers. Focus on what's going on here. And lastly, when they give you a statute in con law, when they give you a statute, always ask yourself, what is the government doing? The key to any con law question is always focusing on whether it's state or federal, and what is the statute about? What is the statute about? What are they doing? Are they treating people differently? Are they talking about manufacturing or retailing? Are they taking away or regulating a right? If you can dumb down the statute, you'll know what the issue is, which means you know what you're looking for, which allows you to be more confident in con law, and you don't have to know any of those stupid cases. Focus on your issue spotting and focus on the rules, and you'll be shocked how easy a lot of these con law answers can be.
Great advice, Jonathan. Thank you. As always, for further guidance or to hear more from Jonathan, you can check out the Constitutional Law Video Lecture Bundle, or you can get the entire AdaptiBar video lecture series. Head to adaptibar.com to learn more about that, and thank you again for watching.
Remember, con law can be one of the easiest subjects on the MBE. Have the confidence. What do I like to say? The longer the hypo, the easier the answer will be, as long as you know what you're looking for. If you slow down up here, I'll know when to shut up and pick commerce or equal protection. Gain that confidence from your issue spotting, and you'll be very successful on con law. Best of luck.